Well, today we are going to analyze the result of the exams. So I want you to take the exams papers and let's begin by checking the answers for the use of English part of the exam. You know that the first part of the exam was a text with the title Thomas Edison. Let's begin with this. I'm going to provide you the answers, the correct answers according to Cambridge, so you can copy the correct answer in case that you don't have the right answer, right? Because if your answer is correct, nothing to do. But if your answer is not correct, leave it there, don't erase it, leave it there, and copy the correct answer with a different color for you to know that you made a mistake and for you to have the right answer. Okay, so you can use this exam in the future to study when you are studying use of English. Let's go to the exam. Well, Thomas Edison. This is part number 1 in all the exams from Cambridge. Always the use of English part 1 is going to be similar to this. I mean, you will receive a text with the spaces in blank. In this case, you have 12 spaces in blank, but they give you options. They give you, you know, because you have practiced this with me a lot of times, they give you A, B, C, or D. So this is the characteristic always in your use of English exam part 1. Thomas Edison. On the night of the 21st of October 1931, millions of Americans took part, this is the example, took part in a coast-to-coast ceremony to commemorate the passing of a great man. Lights, in number 1 is letter C, lights went out in homes and offices from New York to California. The ceremony in number 2, according to Cambridge, is letter A, marked. The ceremony marked the death of arguably the most important inventor of, in number 3, letter D, all time, Thomas Alva Edison. Few inventors have, in number 4 is letter B, have had such an impact on everyday life, and many of his inventions played a crucial, in number 5, letter C, role, a crucial role in the development of modern technology. One should never, in number 6, letter A, underestimate how revolutionary some of Edison's inventions were. In many ways, Edison is the perfect example of an inventor, that is, not just someone who, in number 7, letter C, dreams of clever gadgets, but someone whose products transformed the lives of millions. He possessed the key characteristic that an inventor needs to, and in number 8 is letter B, to make a success of inventions. Notably, sheer determination. Edison famously tried thousands of materials while working on a new type of battery, reacting to failure by cheerfully, in number 9, A, announcing. By cheerfully announcing to his colleagues, well, in number 10 is letter B, at least. Well, at least we know 8,000 things that don't work. Knowing when to take no, in 11, A, notice. When to take no notice of experts is also important. Edison's proposal for electric lighting circuitry was, in number 12, letter D, was received with total disbelief by eminent scientists until he lit up whole streets with his lights. In conclusion, they are 12 answers. The passing mark is 7. You needed 7 correct marks to pass use of English part 1. I repeat the answers in case you arrive late. In number 1 is letter C, in number 2 is letter A, in number 3 is letter D, in number 4 is letter B, In number 5 is letter C. In number 6 is letter A. In number 7 is letter C. In number 8 is letter B. In number 9 is letter A. In number 10 is letter B. In number 11 is letter A. And in number 12 is letter D. Now let's go to part number 2. Part number 2 in your exams is always similar to this. A text, again, with spaces in blank, 12 spaces in blank in this case. This was an exam years ago. And then you have to fill in the blanks using your knowledge of English because they give you nothing. This text is about a city in Canada, Vancouver. Vancouver in Western Canada is named after Captain George Vancouver of the British Royal Navy. However, Captain Vancouver wasn't the first European to, a preposition we need here, was not the first European to visit the area. The coast had already been explored by the Spanish. Now the Captain Vancouver spent many days there, even though the scenery amazed him and everyone else, like, sorry, I'm lost. And everyone else, here you have two options, who or that. And everyone else who was traveling with him, or and everyone else that was traveling with him. The scenery will still amazes visitors to the city, the city of Vancouver today. First-time visitors who are in search of is a collocation, is a phrase, en busca de, in search of. Breathtaking views are usually directed to a beach about 10 minutes from the city center. There, looking out over the sailing boats racing across the blue water, visitors see Vancouver's towering skyline backed by the magnificent coast mountains. The city is regularly picked by international travel associations as one of the world's best tourist destinations. They are only confirming what the 2 million residents and 8 million tourists visiting Greater Vancouver every single year are always saying. There is simply no other place on earth quite like it. It's not just the gorgeous setting that appeals to people, but also Vancouver's wide range of sporting, cultural, and entertainment facilities. There are 12 answers. You needed 7 correct answers to pass. The answers are, in 13, the preposition to. In 14, past perfect, had. In 15, to complete the connector, even though. In number 16, it is a relative clause, who or that. In number 17, the article de. In 18, the preposition in. In 19, the preposition from. In number 20, the adverb as. In 21, every. In 22, no. In 23, like. In 24, but. Many students confuse as and like. I think we studied that in class, the difference between as and like. If you don't remember, please go to that lesson and study again the differences between as and like, because they can be a problem, like here. Because the translation is similar in Spanish and it confuses many people. It's logical that you get confused, it's logical. But please, we study that in class, so please go back to that lesson and revise the differences between as and like.
Jerry, well, I have a question.
Yes.
In number 22, is not possible done?
Done. Let me see, friend.
Simply done. Other place on here, quit.
But why done if we use done only in comparatives?
Okay, I understood this who a comparative sentence. I understood.
No, because simply
No.
it's not simpler.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply adverb, simplemente. So done is not possible here.
Yeah, okay. I
Well,
understand. Okay.
let's go now to part number 3, a job with risks. This is the typical part 3 in your use of English exam. Typical. In part 3, you always have word formation, the formation of words, because they give you the original word and then you have to use a derivative, you know, because you have practiced that or this with me a lot of times in class. Let's see this. A job with risks. Have you ever got really caught up in the excitement and emotion of a good action film and wonder in amazement how film stars manage to perform dangerous acts like, see, this is the use of like, to give an example. To give example. When you say, for example, in this case, I have a lot of things like pencils, erasers, pencil sharpener, clips. I am giving, you know, examples of the things I have in the case. Like is perfect for that. The other use of like is when you want to mean similar to. Similar to. So like can be, for example, like can be similar to. When I say, your brother walks like you, your brother writes like you, similar to you. These are the use of like, the problem we had in the exam in the previous question. Well, acts like jumping off buildings or driving at great speed, of course, it's only a momentary feeling, as it is no secret that the real performers are almost invariably stuntmen or women who can earn a very good living, ing, living, by standing in for the stars when necessary. Stand in, replace, substitute. The work is incredibly demanding. Demanding is an adjective, and you needed something before the adjective. It has to be an adverb. Adverbs modify adjectives. So incredibly demanding. And before qualifying for this job, they have to undergo a rigorous training program and prove, they give you proof, the noun, Proof, this is the noun, and you have to use the verb, Prove, and prove their ability in a number of sports, including skiing, riding, and gymnastics. Naturally, the safety of the stunt performer is of the utmost importance. Much depends on the performer getting the timing exactly right, so everything is planned down to the tiniest superlative, the tiniest detail. Spelling of tiniest, T-I-N-I-E-S-T, the tiniest, el más diminuto, the tiniest detail. In a scene which involves a complicated series of actions, there is no time for careless mistakes. Careless. Stuntman or woman often has only one chance of getting things right. Unlike, a diferencia de, unlike film stars who can, if necessary, film a scene repeatedly until it gains the director's approval. So, they worked in 25 dangers, in 26 performers, in 27 living, in 28 incredibly, in 29 proof, in 30 safety, in 31 tiniest, in 32 careless, in 33 unlike, and in 34 repeatedly. They are 10 words. You needed 6 to pass. Let's go to the final part of use of English, part 4, which is always the most difficult because you have to write a lot. You have to complete sentences with a lot of limitations. Minimum 2 words, maximum 5 words, and you have to use the word given. And you have to write a similar sentence to the model, to the example they give you. It has to be very similar to that. The meaning has to be similar. 35. Don't sit in front of the computer for too long, our teacher told us. And instead of told, they want you to use warned. What is the solution? Our teacher, and now, warned us, 1 mark, not to sit the 2nd mark, because Cambridge gives 2 marks for every answer in this part of the exam, because it's very hard, it's difficult. If you have a problem, a little problem in one of the parts, you receive a penalty of -1 mark. So you have to write every part correctly. The correct answer is, our teacher warned us not to sit in front of the computer for too long. 36. We got lost coming home from the leisure center. And you have to use way. We couldn't find our, 1 mark. You can write find our or find the. Both acceptable. Let's use our. Find our, 1 mark. Way home, the 2nd mark. The answer is, we couldn't find our way home. Option, we couldn't find the way home from the leisure center. 37. Mary didn't find it difficult to pass her driving test. And you have to use difficulty. What is the answer according to Cambridge? Well, Mary had no difficulty. Another possibility. Mary had little difficulty. 2 options here. Little difficulty or no difficulty. 1 mark. Passing, 2nd mark, or in passing, the 2nd mark. So there are options, you see. I'm going to select 1 option to complete the sentence. Mary had no difficulty in passing her driving test. These sentences, my friends, are always repeated in future exams like Cambridge. They use the same formula, not the same words, but the same formula. So you have to analyze every mistake you've made during this exam, because maybe if you don't analyze this, you can repeat the same mistake again. Let's go to 38. I always trust Carla's advice. And you have to use somebody. So the answer is, Carla is somebody, 1 mark, whose 2nd mark. Carla is somebody whose advice I always trust. 39. We have to pass the paper. Next page. We appear to have been given the wrong address. And you have to use as. So the answer is, it seems, or the synonym, it appears, it looks, because they are synonyms, you know. I repeat, seems, appears, or looks, 1 mark. As if, the 2nd mark. There are people who prefer as though, acceptable too. But the perfect is as if. I'm going to use seems. You know, you can use seems, appears, or looks, but I'm going to select one. It seems as if we've been given the wrong address. Parece como si. It seems as if. 40. I couldn't understand the instructions for my new DVD player. And you have to use sense. The instructions for my new DVD player didn't make 1 mark for make. If you say make any, yes, good. Make much, yes, good. But with make is enough. 1 mark. Thanks to the second part and the second mark. So what is the complete answer? The instructions for my new DVD player didn't make, I'm going to use any, didn't make any sense to me. I can eliminate any, right? I'm going to repeat it. The instruction for my new DVD player didn't make sense to me, and that is correct. I love any. You know why? Habit, costume, make any sense to me. But make is enough. Let's go to 41. It's a pity we didn't do more sports when I was at school. This was a problem with all the classes, friends. This exercise, this particular 41. And you know why? Because it's a pity we, not I, we. It's a pity we didn't more. So some people use I in the answer. You have to use could. I wish that we, not I wish that we could have, because everything is in past. And this is the form of past when I express wish. I repeat, Cambridge gives 1 mark for using we could have, and Cambridge gives a second mark for done, D-O-N-E, the past participle of do. The conclusion. The answer is, I wish that we could have done more sport when I was at school. 42. He described the hotel to us in detail. And now, instead of detail, you have to use detailed, ed. So what is the answer? According to Cambridge, he gave us 1 mark, a detailed second mark. I repeat, he gave us a detailed description. I'm sorry, I forgot description. A detailed description of the hotel. 1 mark for gave us, a second mark for a detailed description. And they are 8 sentences, but every sentence has a value of 2, so in total they are 16 marks, and to pass you needed 10. You needed 10 marks to pass use of English part 4. And this was the end of use of English. And now we go to the reading part of the exam. Reading and use of English are always together in your exam. And I think the timing is 125 minutes. I don't remember exactly for this exam. Let's go to the reading. An eye for detail. Part 1. The characteristic of reading exam part 1 is that they give you the text and then they give you questions and you have to choose A, B, or C, similar to this exam. Let's see. In number 1, according to Cambridge, the answer is letter B, having a path lined with flowers. In number 2, what does this in line 12 refer to? Cambridge considers that D is the perfect answer, letter D, the harmony of the planting. Question 3, what does Susan say about Danny? The answer is letter D. He was slow to see the point of some of her ideas. In number 4, question, what is Susan's approach to painting? Letter D. She creates her paintings in several stages. Question 5, Susan thinks that tulips, letter C, look best sometime after they have been cut. 6, why did Susan enjoy studying wildflowers at school? Letter A, she found the way they adapted to their surroundings fascinating. Question 7, how does the writer describe Susan's attitude to her garden? Letter C, she likes a certain amount of disorder. 8, what point is Susan making in the final paragraph? Letter B, it's important not to leave the garden entirely to other people. See that? They are 8 questions. But the characteristic of reading comprehension is that every answer has a value of 2 marks, so they are 16 marks in total, and you needed 10 correct answers to pass reading part 1. Reading part 2, this is the characteristic. Look at the format. They give you a text with little square with numbers, and you have to insert one letter representing sometimes a sentence, sometimes a paragraph that they give you apart. Let's begin with number 9. Number 9, according to Cambridge, is letter C. Number 10, A. 11, F. 12, D. 13, H. 14, B. 15, G. I repeat, 9C, 10A, 11F, 12D, 13H, 14B, 15G. They are 7 spaces in blank. Every space in blank, 2 marks, 14 marks in total. You needed 8 correct answers to pass. Let's go to the final part, reading part 3. On the Rails is the title. And the exercise is, which person or people, number 16, found on returning years later that nothing had changed? Letter E. 17. Was unsure of the number of passengers on the train. Letter D. 18. Enjoy the company of fellow passengers. A. 19 and 20, they are together. Found the views from the train dramatic. It can be A and C or C and A. The order is not important. A and D, sorry, A and D, or D and A. Now, 21. Welcome a chance to relax on the trip. Letter C. 22. Was never disappointed by the journey. A. 23. Has a reason for feeling grateful to one special train. C. 24. Travel on a railway which is no longer in regular service. E. 25. Regretted not going on a particular train trip. B. 26. Used to travel on the railway whenever possible. E. 27. Learned an interesting piece of information on a train journey. C. 28. Took a train which traveled from one country to another. A. 29. Says that the railway had been looked after by all unpaid helpers. E. 30. Was once considered not old enough to travel by train. B. I repeat the answers, right? 16E, 17D, 18A, 19A, 19 and 20, AD or DA, 21C, 22A, 23C, 24E, 25B, 26E, 27C, 28A, 29E, and 30B. That was the exam. The total marks of the exam are 95 marks, and the 60%, the passing mark, is 57. 57. Everybody knows that in this class, 2 people passed the exam. Lydia, congratulations, Lydia, and Mike Naranjo, congratulations, Mike. That's fantastic passing the exam. Because I know, as a teacher, a person who has been, sitting this exam for years, I know how much effort, how much, or how many hours of studying there are behind these results. So congratulations, kids. I really appreciate that you study and prepare for the exam. Not everybody passed, but is this a tragedy? It is not. It is not. The only people who fail exams are the students. Logically. You're welcome, Mike. So, friends, that's the life of a student. And you know, because you've been a student for many years. My pleasure, Lydia. So don't feel, don't feel depressed or nothing because you failed the exam, because this is a normal thing in the life of students. But what we cannot do under any circumstance is to put this exam aside, in a drawer, in Spanish, en un cajón, in a drawer, and to forget about this. No. You have to revise the exam. You have to study why you failed, the mistakes you made, because this is the way of studying. Once you have the exam with the correct answers, because I gave you the right answers, this exam can be something to study before next future exams. And we have more exams. For example, today we are going to begin unit number 11, and then in a week or 2 weeks, we are going to begin unit number 12. And at the end of unit number 12, we have again another exam, mock test number 6. So you see, you will always have a chance to prove that you can do it. But we need to study, right? Because there are many details. There are many little things that you need to keep in mind. Well, that's all about this exam. And now let's go to business. I want you to watch a video because this video illustrates the topic that we are going to study. Let me tell you something, kids. I have an exam that I was not able to check. It was Manuel. Manny, I was not able to read and evaluate your work, friend, because the photograph was awful. You have to do something for next exam, because I was not able to read your answers. So this exam was, disqualified because of this. Well, but now you have the answers. No, friend, I know. I know.
Sorry, in the next exam I try to make a good photo. So
Thank you, Manny, because everybody makes mistakes. I am teaching you classes, and I know that you notice that sometimes I am lost. I need, for example, to attach a video and the video doesn't appear. Technical things that we are not master in that. So next time I am sure that I will be able to read your exam. But don't feel bad for that, Manny, okay?
Okay, but I don't pass the exam. I take only 48
marks.
Yeah, marks.
Okay, Manny. Don't feel bad, friend. Come on. Well, friends, let's begin with the video. I'm going to attach here in the chat the video for you to know what the topic of this unit number 11 is going to be about. Give me just 1 second, because you know that I am a disaster with this. One day, Health problems and medical matters is the topic of unit number 11 in our book. That's why this vocabulary that I want you to know. Medical matters, unit 11, page 118. Let's go there. Look at page 118 in your books. Medical matters. This unit, like all units, I think, in the book, begins with pictures. In this case, we have 6 pictures of 6 different people, and they are speaking, they are telling you something, but there are spaces in blank. The book wants you to fill in the blanks using the words that you have in exercise number 1. This exercise here, you see, in the starting off, active, balanced diet, catch, check up, get over, illness, infections, put it on, treatment, and workout. The problem is that maybe these words or expressions are new for you. So I'm going to give you time for you to use the dictionary, and once you know the meaning of the words, use these words to fill in the blanks in the spaces in blank. Okay? When you finish, please send me a message. Lydia, finished? Paula Herrera, finished? Claudia, finished? Frankie Boy, finished? Very good. Manny, finished? Well, now Noelia finished too. Very good. Andrea, Claudia. Okay, friends, you are going to check your answers by listening to this. Well, friends, now you can repeat this again because in the real exams you have two options, two times. So now you are going to use the audio that you have in the WhatsApp group because I send it to you. Check it out. Have you received the audio? Check your WhatsApp. Ah, very good, very good, very good. Excellent. Thank you, friends. Now read it again, and when you get ready, tell me or send me a message, right? I will be waiting for your message. Andrea, finish. Lydia, finish. Manny, finish. Very good. Very good. So in number 1, friends, what is the word? Can you copy in the chat the word that you think fills the blank? In number 1, active for Lydia, active for Andrea and Claudia and Frankie Boy, active for Manny, active for Paul Herrera, PH. Very good, friends. Active is the perfect word in number 1. And in number 2, what did you write in number 2? Workout for Manny, workout for Lydia, and for Andrea workout, Claudia workout. Yes, friends, Frankie Boy workout. Excellent. Workout. Very good. Well, and now number 3. In number 3, we have 3 words. Imagine this. I do the occasional cold. What? In this space. Catch for Lydia, catch for Manny. For Paula Herrera, PH, catch. Yes, yes, very good. For Frankie, catch. Andrea, catch. Yes. I do catch the occasional cold or other what? Other infection, Manny, infection, Andrea, infection, Lydia. Claudia, infection, Paul Herrera, infection, and Frankie Boy, infection. Yes, yes, very good. I repeat, I do catch the occasional cold or other infection. I'm a doctor, so I can't really avoid them, but I what? Get over, Andrea. Get over, Lydia. I don't know. Manny, get over, friend. It doesn't matter. Frankie Boy, get over. PH, get over. Very good, friends. Get over. This is number 3. And in number 4, we have 2 words. I visit the doctor regularly once a year for a what? Check out for Manny, check up for Andrea, check up for Lydia. Paula Herrera, check out. Frankie Boy, check out. Well, it's not check out, it's check up. Check up, which in Spanish is revisión. Revisión, yes, Frankie. Check up is a medical revision. For a checkup, once or twice I needed what? Treatment, Manny. Treatment, Lydia. Treatment, PH. Treatment, Andrea. Very good, friends. Treatment is the answer. 5, I never go to the doctor, and in fact, I don't even know my doctor's name. I'm lucky. I've never had a day's illness for Manny, illness for Andrea, illness for PH, illness for Lydia. Very good, friends. Illness is the correct word in number 5. Perfect. 6, I'm very careful to eat a what? Balanced diet, Andrea. Balanced diet, Manny. Balanced diet, Lydia. Balanced diet, Paula. Okay, very good. Well, friends, listen, everybody, in the future, it is balanced with D at the end. Be careful. Balanceada. You see? En español, ado, ida, ado, ada is ed. Balanced diet. Very good. But we have another space in blank. What do you write in the second space in blank in number 6? Putting on for Manny. Putting on for Andrea. Lydia Torrijo, putting on. Putting on is the answer. Thank you very much. Putting on weight is ganar peso. Putting on weight. Very good. Now what? Now we are going to the listening exercise on page 119. So let's go to that page. I think there is a fire here near my house because the firefighters are very noisy. Well, I repeat. Now we are going to practice listening because we have listening part 3 on page 119. And I want you to begin with exercise number 2. Match the words and phrases 1 to 9 with their definitions A to I. And here we begin the problem of the vocabulary dealing with doctors, medicine, health, etc. You have 9 words: cure, diagnose, examination, heal, prescribe, sick note, surgery, treat, and vaccination. First, go to the dictionary. If you don't remember the meaning, work with the dictionary. And once you know the meaning, you have to match the word with the definition with letters. And when you finish, you know what? Send me a message. Andrea, finished? And Lydia? And Manny also? Well, friends, you have finished. Can you tell me, in your opinion, what is the definition for cure? What is the letter? G for Frankie, G for Andrea, and for Paula, yes, and Lydia. So G is make someone with an illness healthy again, similar to Spanish, to cure. Cure is a regular verb. In past, D, cured. Very good. Now diagnose with letter D for Frankie, D for Andrea, D for Mike, and Lydia Torrijo D. Yes, friends, D. Recognize and name the exact character of a disease or a problem by making an examination. That is to diagnose. Diagnose, the past is regular. D, diagnosed. Well, and the noun is diagnostic. Well, examination, number 3, with letter F for Andrea, F for Mike, F for Frankie Boy, F for Lydia, and PH. Yes, friends, F. When a doctor looks at a patient carefully in order to discover the problem, the doctor is making an examination. Heal. Heal with letter Heal with letter H for Frankie, H for Manny. For Lydia is H. Yes, yes, H. Make or become well again, especially after a cut or other injury. Heal is sanar. Healing, ing, is la sanación. Heal. In past, ed, healed. Prescribe with letter C for Manny, C for Frankie, C for Lydia. Very good. C is correct. Say what medical treatment someone should have. That is to prescribe. We use it a lot. I went to the doctor because I have some fever, and the doctor prescribed me some antibiotics. Prescribe. Prescription is the noun. Prescription. What is the doctor's prescription? Antibiotics. Did he prescribe antibiotics for you? Yes, he did. Prescribe. Sick note with letter B for Andrea, B for Frankie, B for Lydia. Very good. B is correct. Piece of paper on which a doctor will write to it that a patient is ill and has permission not to go to school or work. In Spanish, baja médica, something similar to that. Surgery with letter I for Manny, I for Frankie. Very good. I. It is a place where you can go to ask advice from or receive treatment from a doctor or dentist. The name of the office is the surgery. But surgery is more than that, you know. There is another meaning for surgery. It's a kind of operation. A medical operation is a surgery. Treat with letter E for Frankie, E for Manny. For Andrea is letter E too. Lydia, E. Yes, friends, is letter E. Use drugs, exercise, etc. to cure a person of a disease or heal an injury. This is a treat, to treat. And the noun is treatment. Vaccination. What is the letter for vaccination? A for Andrea. And for Lydia, Frankie, A, yes, A. It is an injection to prevent someone getting a disease. Vaccination. La vacunación. La vacuna, vaccine. Vaccine. VACCIN. Well, and now what? The real listening exercise is exercise 4. So let's go to exercise 4. Listen again. Well, we haven't listened anything. For speakers 1 to 5, choose from the list A to H what each speaker says about their visit. Use the letters only once. There are 3 extra letters which you don't need to use. And then you have letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, etc. It is important to understand the letters because you have to tell me, teacher, speaker number 1 is G, speaker number 1 is F, speaker number 1 is A. You have to identify the topic of conversation of the speakers. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes for you to read the sentences and understand the things. 2 minutes. Well, number one is I wasn't given enough attention by the doctor at first. I think this is clear. Letter B, I was told by the doctor that I needed to relax. Letter C, I was irritated by what the doctor said. Do you understand this? D, I wish I hadn't gone to the doctor at all. Important to understand this. E, I felt better after the visit. I asked for a specialist to deal with my problem. Letter F. G, I agree with the doctor's diagnosis. And H, I arrived late for my doctor's appointment. Is there any question about this? Anything you don't understand? Very good. Excellent, excellent. Because if you don't understand the sentences, the listening can be a problem, right? So it's important to understand everything they say in the letters. But remember something. Remember that they will never say exactly what you have in the letters. I mean, speaker one, for example, is not going to tell you, I wasn't given enough attention by the doctor at first. Yes, they are never going to say that. They are going to say something similar, but not exactly that. And this is the exercise that we are going to use at the beginning of next class, because today we don't have more time. I barely have time for assigning the homework. The homework for next class is in your book on page 120. Have a look to page 120, please. You see, this is page 120. What is it like to study medicine? It is a text. It is a reading. So the homework is on page 120, exercise 1. Exercise 1 is this one. Let me show you. This exercise here. Working groups, impossible. You will read an article, blah, blah, blah. Exercise 1. And the other homework is exercise number 4, page 121. So the homework is exercise 1, page 120, and exercise 4. Let me show you exercise 4. This here. This exercise. Choose from the sentences A, G, the one which fits each gap, etc. Exercise 4, page 121. This is our homework that I will check next class. Okay, friends. Thank you very much. See you on Thursday to finish this listening, right? Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, friend. Goodbye, friends.